And welcome back to redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey, and today we are going to explore a fabulous granny square where the center is extremely raised to do a really great effect, just like so. So this is a part of a pattern. It's called Field of Dreams, and I'll provide a link to get that free pattern in the more information of this video. You should know that in this sample I chased the outside around with single crochet just for tutorial reasons, but you know what, you are the artist. You can follow the instructions to be able to put these together. There's not a lot of work when it comes to putting these things together, and if you can figure out a way that makes it easier for you, hey, at Red Heart we're all game for that. Let me turn this over, show you what the back looks like. So you can see that the purple does not go all the way through. It actually attaches to the middle of the flower at a certain point as well, and we have a fabulous project ready and lined up for you. So today you're going to need a size 5mm or a size H crochet hook today. I'm going to be using Red Heart with Love for my sample, and obviously you can substitute the yarn and the hook as long as they complement each other for this pattern. So let's begin right now. So to start off with today, we have three major colors. We have the interior, and you can see that here on the back. It's only for a little bit and then it's gone. And then we have the flower color, and you know what, you can also do the flower colors two different colors if you wish, instead of being solid. You can also just use the same color if you wished for the entire flower. You know, the creativity is really up to you. And then of course we have our background. This Afghan has the potential to be a million different colors. It's up to you. And I'm going to use, just for fun today, I'm going to be using the With Love, and I'm going to be starting off with a slip knot and starting off with blue. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but you know what, let's not judge too quickly and get along with this project. So we have our slip knot on board. Let's chain 5. This, remember, never counts as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and let's create a ring. So we're just going to slip the hook into the first chain and grab the yarn and pull through, so we have a nice center circle. So that's how you start the first part of this flower. So let's begin. We're simply just going to chain 1, and then we're just going to follow the instructions. Now you're going to think it's a lot of yarn going into a little hole. It is. So if you're thinking, oh, it's too much, it probably is true. So let's begin. We're going to slip or do a single crochet first into the center of the ring, and then we're going to chase it down with 2 double crochet. This is important, so don't forget. So 2 double crochet. So for me, I would just say this is 1. Okay, so that's one section. Now we're going to do that again. So we're going to go single crochet, 2 double crochet, single crochet, 2 double crochet. So this is how I do it. So I go single crochet for 2 because we've already got 1 in here, and double crochet for 2, and make sure you put 2 of those in there. So double crochet for 2. This is how I keep count. So now I'm going to do it again. So we're going to go single crochet for 3 because it's the third one in, and then double crochet for 3. When I did my sample I was off by 1, and I should have done this way. So okay, so let's go to the next one. Single crochet for 4, double crochet for 4, and double crochet for 4. If you're running out of space, simply just grab the center of the ring and just move it. Okay, they will all move. So single crochet for 5, double crochet for 5. Okay, so now single crochet for 6 and double crochet for 6. Now I'm gonna have to start moving stuff because I'm starting to overlap. So that was 6. Okay, so just grab it, see how it just all moves. So let's single crochet for 7 and double crochet for 7. Told you, it's a lot of yarn going in a little hole. So we still have one more set to do, so let's move it again. Okay, so single crochet for 8, double crochet for 8, and double crochet for 8. And what we're going to do is that we're just going to slip stitch this into the very beginning where we did the first single crochet in, and we are going to fasten this off. And I'm just gonna grab my scissors off camera here, and I'm just gonna grab them, trying to buy time as I'm delaying. Here we go. And all I want to just do is fasten this off. And you want to do a nice job of fastening this off. You don't want this falling out because we're not actually going to be overlapping too many of these stitches, so the loose ends will be very exposed. So you're gonna want to bury those in. So this will be the first and last time I demonstrate on how to kind of hide in these ends, because in some of the rounds you don't actually have to really do much because the next round is going to cover it. But in this case, this one's not going to. So I'm just going to clean up the loose ends off camera, and when we come back I'm going to be ready for another color. So I'll be right back. So I'm back, and my next flower color is going to be pink, and you can do it any color you wish. So let's start off with the slip knot. That's my way of really securing it into place. And what we need to do is that we need to look for where the single crochets are. It's kind of hard to, but if you really look at it, you can see it's kind of indentating down. And if you can identify the very first one, the rest of them are going to be right in front of your face. But what you're going to do is that you're going to slip it in to the back loop. So you see that there's 2 loops. Okay, so 1 and 2, and so you'll want to go into the back loop, the second one in only, and you want to just fasten on this yarn. So just grab it and pull it through. Okay, and I'm just moving the string in behind, and what I want to do with this string is that it will be exposed. I'm going to, when I go to chain out, I'm going to use both of them for a couple, and then I'm going to let it fall, and this is in behind. You will not see it. So let's begin, and what we're going to do is that we're going to chain 3. So 1, see how I'm using both? 2 and 3. Okay, and then I'm going to let that straggler fall. So 1, 2, 3, and what you want to do is that you want to come to the next single crochet. So if you remember, single crochet and 2 doubles, that means if you count over 1 and 2, the third one there is the single. And I can tell it is anyway because it's sunken in slightly. Coming into the back loop only, let's just grab the yarn, pull through and through. We're just doing a slip knot or a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 3 again. So 1, 2 and 3, and then again I'm just looking for the next single crochet coming into the back loop only, coming into the back loop only, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and again moving to the next single crochet. So please do that all the way around. Your goal is to make sure that when you go all the way around, you are going to have 8 empty spaces. So if you pull them like this, 1, 2 and 3, if you do it right and your counts are right, you will have 8 left over holes on the outside, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So when you get all the way back around, you will be chaining your 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you got to make sure you do cover this last one, and we're going to slip stitch right into the where we started the very first one, right there. So if you count now these empty spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, you know that you're good to go. So let's move up. We're gonna move up the round now, and this, we're not gonna chain 1 like we normally would starting on a round. We are simply just going to do the same thing in each one of these holes. You are going to single crochet first. So we immediately just start single crocheting, and then what we're going to do is that we're going to double crochet. Then we're going to treble crochet. So we're gonna wrap and wrap. So we're doing a treble. Okay, and then we come back in and do a double. So we're gonna get smaller. So we're doing petals of the flower, and then we're going to single crochet. So once you get that done, you're gonna just jump to the next petal area, so the next gap, and start again. So single, and then we have double. Okay, we have treble. Okay, and then we're gonna start making it smaller again. So we're gonna do double as we come down, make it smaller, and then single. So I'll review one more time. So that happens in every gap. So we're gonna do single, we're gonna do double, we are going to do treble, we're going to do double, and then single. So continue to do that all the way around. Let me back up in just a moment. So I've now come all the way back around, and I just want to slip stitch into where I started. Okay, so the first single crochet, we're just going to slip stitch in, and we are going to move behind the project in this next round. So when I say behind, I don't really, yeah, just stick with me here. Don't listen to me, folks, I don't know what I'm doing. So what we have to do is that I have to get this hook into the, see how these stitches are pulling? These are the back loops. Now we're going to be working with those one more time. So what I want to do is that I want to kind of turn it over a little bit, and I want to create, I want to get those loops again. So I'm just gonna slip my hook in behind and grab the one side of it and pull it through, and we're gonna slip stitch. So we're just gonna pull through and through, and then I want to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I want to move to the next one. So here's the next one over here, and I just want to grab it, same stitch, and pull through and through. Okay, so do you get that? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Come turn it around just to look at it and come into the same stitch. So please do that all the way around, and we'll come back in just a moment. We'll start the next part of the flower. When you get all the way back around, you're simply just going to slip stitch to where you started, so into the same stitch. We're just gonna pull through and through. So we're already where we need to be, and now we need to focus on this layer here, these empties here, and this flowering petaling is going to be slightly bigger. So for this one, let's begin. We're going to do a single crochet. So here's the order: single crochet, double crochet, and then we're gonna have 3 trebles. So wrap and wrap for 1, and another one. So wrap and wrap for 2, and wrap for 3. Okay, and then we're gonna come down and we're gonna do a double. Okay, and then a single. So we don't chain or anything at this point. We simply are just ready to move along, so we just immediately grab the next one. So we single. Here's the order again. So single, double. So then we got, whoops, and then we have to do trebles. So 3 trebles. So 1, whoops, excuse me, drop my stitches, 1, and then wrap and wrap for 2. That string is getting on my nerves. Right, that was 2, and then wrap and wrap for 3. And of course we have another double as we work our way downward, down the petal on the other side, and then single. So please do that all the way around on this round, and when we come back we are going to be done using this pink, and we're going to move along and start doing the exterior of the square. So I'm now finished doing the second layer. You can see it's really starting to pop out now. You can always use this as an accessory too if you didn't ever want to do a square. So we're just going to join it with a slip stitch, and this is it for this color here. We're gonna start doing the exterior. You're gonna want to do a good job in hiding this loose end, the tail ends. You might want to really fasten it down just to get rid of out of sight, out of mind kind of idea. So you just can weave it in, and I'd recommend getting a darning needle and just kind of sewing it in there just to really make sure that it's snug. As you can tell in the marketing that it's been marketed for children, so if you're going to want to really pay attention to that. So let's begin. We're going to do our next layer next. So let's begin our next color. This is going to be starting of, in this one it's the case of the purple here. We're going to be starting, and you can kind of get a glimpse that we're going to be joining it again in the back, and basically this is what it would look like at this point. So let's begin. This is so simple it's not even funny. So I'm going to create a slip knot so I can have extra security. And what I want to do, remember how we joined this already to the one single crochet that we already had going on? We're going to be joining in that exact same spot again. So we're just going to come in and just slip in, and we want to slip stitch. Now this is in behind the Afghan, so what I would recommend is that grabbing the yarn that is the loose end plus the one from the yarn ball, pull through and chain 4 times. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You're not going to see it, so you can do that. So therefore you don't have to worry about sewing in the loose ends afterward. So what I want to do is that I want to come into the next one that you see, and we're going to do another slip stitch. So into the exact same stitch, you just got to make room. I found in the first one I found it really hard, but once I understood the pattern it's really easy. So 1, and then we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then coming into the next one that you see. So lots of room there. You just got to look for it and do that all the way around, and when we come back I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we come all the way back around, and simply I just want to slip stitch it exactly where I've joined it again. So in actual fact I just missed it. You can see that I missed it. So I want to come back right back in and slip stitch it to where the other one is as well. So here's the catcher. Okay, listen up ladies and gentlemen. So here's the catcher of this one. Just gonna do it one more time. I want to make sure I get it right. What I want to do is that I've been going around, and I need to really concentrate on my left and my bad and my good side. What I want you to do now is that I want you to turn it so that you have to lean forward and work toward the outside just like so. It makes a difference. So let's begin, and the instructions look a little bit long for the next few layers, but really there's just a lot of writing, but it is exceptionally simple. So what we're going to do is that we're going to slip stitch into the first chain 4 space. So this is your first one right here. Okay, so I've turned it, so we're going to slip stitch, so we're just going to grab the yarn and pull through, and now we're ready to go. And essentially what we have to do is that we're creating our very first corner. So to do that, we're going to chain 3 first. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to 2 double crochet in. Now in normal granny squares the corners are always the same. This one isn't, so we have to make sure we're watching that as we go. So that was your 3, and then what we're going to do is chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Remember when I said by 3, this chaining of 3 counts as one of the double crochets. So there's 3, there's chain 3, and then there's 3 more double crochets into that same hole. And you're going to see this layer starting to protrude outward from underneath of this flower. Okay, so there is your first corner. So in the next space that we have, that's the space in between the corners. So the next gapping space is the in between, and the next one is the corner. So if you can visualize that, you're laughing. So what we're going to do first is that we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single our 3 double crochets into this, but wait, you're gonna double crochet and then chain 1, double crochet, sorry, and then chain 1. So okay, so we had a chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet and chain 1. Okay, so you're gonna have the chain 1, double crochet, there's a chain 1 here, double crochet, chain 1 here, double crochet, chain 1 here. So now we're ready for the next corner. This makes a difference in the next one, so you gotta make sure you get that right. So the corners for this particular round are 3 double crochets first. 1, 2, and 3, and then chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure why I keep dropping stitches tonight. Okay, so we're going to 3 double crochet. I don't think my hook is extra. I think it might be the operator. Okay, so we got our next corner in. Whoa. Okay, and what we want to do then is start the next middle. So we're going to chain 1 first, and then we're looking for this next gap. So this is the middle of a section. Okay, so we're going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, okay, double crochet. Must be the yarn. I don't think so, but it's me. Okay, and then chain 1. Okay, so we have our 3 in there, and then we're ready for the next corner. And that's 3 double crochet. Could be my posture too. So 1, 2, 3, so that's 3 chains. We're turning the corner, so we're coming back into the same one. 1, 2, and 3. And then chain 1. We're in the middle again, so we're looking for the next one. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet. So gotta make sure to get there, and then chain 1. And then we're on the next corner again. So it's 3 double crochets. So I'm just taking you around this complete round just to make sure you get it, because it's important you start off right. And then this is a corner, so it's 3 double crochet, chain 3, then 3 double crochet in, I was exceptionally impressed with this pattern, how well it came together. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1, and we're in the last gap that's available, so we're going to double crochet, and then chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then we are just going to simply just join it to the top of the beginning chain. and that completes that round. So now you can see that the square is starting to grow underneath of the flower. So let's begin our next row next. So to begin our next round, it's actually really simple. There's a lot of writing, but just stick with me, folks. It's easy. So the next, we're just going to slip stitch into the next one like so, and then we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. And then what I want you to do is that we're going to be working on the edge, so add another one, so that it'll actually be chaining 4. Okay, it'll make sense in just a few moments. And what we're going to do is that we're going to go around this bad boy again, and this time we're going to do 3 double crochets. The corner is not the same as it was before, so 3 double crochet, chaining of 2 this time, not 3. So chaining of 2, and then 3 double crochet on the other side of that same corner. So here's the catch. What you're going to do is that you're just going to simply chain 1. You're going to skip the first double crochet, come to the second. Okay, so come to the second. Now I should tell you, this first one is actually buried underneath these here. So if you follow it up, the first one's right here, but when you do it, this one here is going to look like it's covering it. Make sure that you go into the middle one of the 3 if you cannot see it. And this is the fun part. So you're going to chain 1, you're going to come into the next gap, oops, so you're going to double crochet into the next gap, okay, chain 1, going into the next gap of a double crochet, chain 1 to the next gap. How hard is that? Chain 1 to the next gap, and this time now you're running into the corner, so you're chaining 1 first, you're going into the middle one of the 3 so far because you're not yet on the corner for a double crochet, and you're going to chain 1 and now begin the corner again. So we're going to 3 double crochet, so, and then chain 2, and then 3 double crochet again. So I'll take you around just this last side just to refresh again. So once you get your 3 in there, chain 1, go to the second one over for double crochet, chain 1, go into the gap. So it's the gap, that's your next spot. Okay, chain 1, go in between these double crochets, chain 1, go into the next in between, chain 1, go into the next in between, which is the next gap, chain 1, go into the middle of the 3, chain 1, and then do your corner of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Continue that for the remainder of this this row or this round, and when we come back I'm going to move you up to the next round. We don't have very much more to do, so this is a really fun and easy project to follow. So I'll meet you back in just a moment. So we come all the way back around, and simply don't forget you need to chain 1 before attaching it, and you're only going to the 3rd one up. Remember how we started off with 4? That's because after you do that it has to have its dedicated space. So what we're going to do on this round here is that we are just going to chain 3. So immediately chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we're going to double crochet into this chain 1 space. And this whole round is actually probably the most labor intensive of them all, in the sense that you're not skipping any stitches. So let's begin. We are going to double crochet into each of these stitches here. There's 3 of them before you get to the corner. So this is a solid round. Okay, and then once we get to the corner, so the corner's changed once again, we're only going to do 2 double crochet in the corner, followed by 2 chain, and then 2 double crochet again. So I've really not seen too many squares that do that, so that's a kind of an interesting concept. So here's the catch. We want to make this whole row solid, so we just have to make sure we capture every one here. Remember what I said about here, you don't forget that first one or it'll throw your counts off. So you're double crocheting into each one of the double crochets that you see, and then the catcher is that we have a gapping space, we crochet right into it. Okay, and then the next double crochet, and then the next gap, and then the next double crochet. So continue to do that all the way around your particular square, you can see it's really not really a brainer. It's just, you just got to do it. So when we come back, we have one more round to go, and it's really fun and fabulous to be crocheting with you today. So I've now come almost all the way back around, and simply I still have this gapping space before I've gotten to my chaining of 3. So we just want to join it with the slip stitch there, and we just have one more round to go, and it'll complete off today's square. So let's start that next. The final round is actually really fabulous. You're just going to slip over one more, so just slip over one stitch, and then you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this will count as a double crochet slash chain 1. You're simply just going to basically crochet every other stitch that you run into, and then you just put a chain 1 in between. So you just keep doing this until you get to a corner. So chain 1, skip the next one on here. Okay, so you're gonna skip the next one, so that means you're in a corner, so make sure you chain 1 first, and then this corners are 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to do a full side together. We're going to chain 1 first, we're going to skip the first one and go to the second. If you're ever in doubt, just follow it up and you'll find it. Okay, so double crochet, chain 1, we skip one and go to the second. Okay, chain 1, and then we skip 1 and go to the next. Chain 1, skip 1 and go to the next. Chain 1. I think my tension's off today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and we keep doing that all the way across. So you'll see this, so that one that we did solid really does stand out really nicely when you're doing that. So when you're looking at the actual model's photo, you can really kind of get a glimpse that there's something unusual about this particular square. Okay, chain 1, and we will end up in one stitch before you get to the corner. Okay, so you still have one more, so we chain 1, do another corner. So 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. So continue to do that same premise all the way around. I'm going to chase this with a border just in case you are interested in that, and you can refer to the instructions for putting everything together if you care to do so. And you can always just use your regular sewing practices and etc. in order to do that. So I'll meet you back up in just a moment. When you get back around, you should end up one stitch prior, so there should be an empty stitch. Make sure you do chain 1 and then attach it to the 3rd chain up of the 4. And voila, you are then going to fasten off, and when I come back what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chase it around with the border. If this were me and I had creative choice, which I do, but if this were me, what I would do is probably put on a nice border on this right away, and then just use my darning needle to sew everything together. That's what I would do. You can follow the instructions. You can still get a great look. It's just up to you on what you want to do at this point. So I think this is a really fun and cute Afghan. So without further ado, let me just bring this back, and I want to just add another border to it, and just kind of give you a glimpse on what the final would look like at this point. So I'm going to add a border to it. This does not say this in the instructions, not at this point, that's for sure. So I'm just going to join it in between any one of these at this point. I'm actually going to join it in between an actual stitch itself, not into a gap. I did on the last one, and you could actually tell, and I wasn't too happy with it. So I'm going to join it right into a stitch, and I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet into that same stitch to start this off. Let's keep the straggler down on top, and then I'm just going to single crochet into the gap space, and then the next one is single crochet into the next double crochet. So gap and double. Okay, gap and double. So I'm gonna make, so see how simple this is? That's what I would do. You know, fake it or make it. It's still gonna look fabulous. Okay, I'm just gonna pull my stitch out. I think I am having operator error today. And just continuing, I want to show you what I'm going to do on the corner before I let you go today, because if you're gonna do something like this, you're gonna wanna make sure all your corners are consistent, so when you sew together you don't have any mismatching going on. Okay, so easy, just gap double. Okay, so I'm in the corner, so I have 2 double crochets so in a row, which makes sense. And then on these corners, because you chain 2, I would put 2 only in there, and then just turn it and then just work your way down the other side. So continue to do that all the way around. I'll come back, have it nice and fastened off, and we can just review one quick last time before we let you go for today. So I'm just coming around to finish up today, and this concludes Field of Dreams. This is a gorgeous square, and in fact, you know what, I honestly just seen this pattern today. It's been on Red Heart for a while, but I just seen this pattern today, if you can imagine it. I found a secret when searching the engines on Red Heart, that if you really do use that pattern selector, you see stuff that you would not normally see, because I'm a person that I always like to enter in words, but if you let that pattern searcher do things and just kind of be open-minded, it's amazing what you'll find on redheart.com. Now I would probably use if we're gonna sew this together, just weave it in a little bit, and then when you go to sew that, you'll just capture this in place, so you don't need to really be too fussy about it at this particular point, or you can use a darning needle and fasten it in. So this concludes this Field of Dreams, and you can see it's really kind of fun, fabulous, and it is amazing, and so you can really virtually do as many different colors as you want. It's really quite remarkable. So on behalf of redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd, it's my pleasure to teach you today. We'll see you next time as we have more free patterns and ideas coming up real soon. We'll see you.